What's up, everybody? Brewcephas here. Cheers. Or as my wife would call me, Brewcephas. This is Brewcephas here, and this is not my first beer of the day. So I was sitting in my office the other day, and she comes in and says, "Hey, Brewcephas. What are you talking about?" She's like, "Yeah, you're Brewcephas." So, no respect around here. She follows me because I got on her YouTube on her phone and found my channel and hit follow, subscribe. I even clicked the little bell. How about that? So, I had to go to Buffalo Wild Wings this evening, and it was pretty packed, so I had quite a wait on a to-go order. I had a few beers. I mean, it's 5 o'clock. We're in a bar. It's great. We're just gonna chill today. We're gonna take it down a notch. Probably even down a notch from where we normally take it down a notch. And we're gonna have a tall boy. We're gonna have a 24-ounce tall boy today. Cerveza Pacifico. I screwed my shoulder so bad. I think I tore my rotator cuff. I feel like my wife, she's always saying stuff like, "I think I have fibromyalgia." My ass. I think I tore my rotator cuff. Without getting into the story, it's not a good story. It's not even an interesting story. I think I tore my rotator cuff. I was watching videos this morning of chiropractors showing you how to pop your shoulder back in using the wall. I feel like it's out of place because yesterday I felt some grinding, like when I'd move, it'd go. Something was grinding. It's not grinding today, but there's some swelling. So that swelling may be preventing the grinding. I don't know. That's how swelling works, right? It's trying to protect something. We got a watery cushion in there protecting something. I don't know. I can't really move my damn shoulder. But I actually tried to get on the wall like the chiropractor shouldered me. And when I pushed, it feels like a soft tissue injury. It doesn't feel like a joint. I don't think anything's popped out. I think it's my rotator cuff. Man, hope I can throw a ball again. Hope I can play golf. I'm gonna have to go get it checked out. I don't know what else to do. I heard it like a year ago, and then I re-injured it, so we'll see how all that goes. At least we have a beer. Cheers, everybody. I don't know if it's 5 o'clock where you are. If you're on the East Coast, you're behind, unless you've had beers already. If you're on the West Coast, hey, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. I found this watch online. I didn't find it. I think it was one of the things that get recommended to me. It just said beer 30 for every hour. Thought that was pretty cool. I'm gonna do my first small batch all grain beer this weekend. It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait. You know, instead of spending 8 or 9 hours out here making a beer, I'm gonna spend like 4 hours. And instead of having to haul 5 gallons around, I'm hurt. I'm only gonna have to haul 1 gallon around, okay? Hopefully my shoulder is better by Saturday, but if it's not, then I only have 1 gallon to haul around instead of 5 gallons. We're gonna do a pale ale. I didn't give it a name. I like the names to come organically. You know, it's the first small batch all grain I've done, so I'm just calling it the Pale Ale #1. Okay, it's a prototype, and then I'll tweak it in the future, see what goes right, what goes wrong. My only real concern is that I'm mashing in the oven, and I really don't know how much the temp is gonna climb over 30 minutes. I've heard most of your conversion comes in the first 30 minutes, so I'm just gonna do a 30-minute mash. I'm gonna set my oven for 170, turn it off, put in my grains in the brew kettle right here, put the whole thing in the oven. Might have to take some racks out. And then if I put it in at like 154, 155, how much is that gonna climb over 30 minutes? Surely not much, because if I'm setting it to 170 and cutting it off, that 170 is gonna be dropping as the beer's kind of rising. So hopefully I can keep it under 160 or around 160. That'd be ideal. And I've never done it. I just don't. 2 pounds of grains in the grain bill, I just don't have any faith that I'm gonna come out anywhere near my target. So my target's 1054. Original gravity of 1054. I've never done it this way. Like, what if it comes out to like 1030? Mashing for 30 minutes? I don't know how it's gonna turn out. So tune in on Saturday and play along. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I've heard close is good enough when it comes to mash times. I know Dr. Hans did an experiment, and he only lost a couple of points between a 90-minute mash and a 60, but then he lost, well, like 4 points between a 60 and a 30. So I'm probably going to lose some points. I'm not going to hit 1054. And if I don't, in the future, what I could do is maybe add some DME to give it a little bit of boost. Maybe just add some sugar. We'll figure it out. But the one thing I do know is that I have to do it once first before I can tweak anything. So we're just going to go for it on Saturday. I'm really freaking looking forward to it. It's going to be a great time. I'm going to wake up early, get out here to the garage, and that's going to be the day. I mean, there's college football, but if I start early enough, then I'll be done on time. Come out here and make a little small batch beer, but it's also an all grain. I'm not using a kit. So my beer is going to be as fresh as it could possibly be, using grains, using fresh hops. I mean, they're pellet hops. Who really knows how fresh they really are? But they've always treated me good in the past, so I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be great. Nothing quite like a Saturday morning out in the garage. There's just a buzz in the air, kind of like the buzz that I'm feeling right now. No, it's not quite the same. It's more of a coffee buzz early on a Saturday morning. I love Pacifico. Man, brewed in Mexico. I haven't eaten. I really need to get some food in me. Got Buffalo Wild Wings waiting in the house, but I thought, you know what? If we're gonna drink, let's drink. So the reason I'm wearing this long sleeve shirt, we had some awesome weather over the weekend. Oh my gosh. It was like 80s during the day, Saturday and Sunday. In the evenings and in the mornings, we're talking like 60s. Really felt the fall weather. Right now, it's just so cold in our house. I went inside, I dropped off the food. The family's eating. And I was like, I gotta put on a damn hoodie if I'm gonna be in here. And then I came out here, didn't take it off because it's so hard to get over my shoulder. If I just tweak this thing the wrong way, it just sends a crazy pain all throughout my arm. I don't like it. I don't like it. We got a tall boy pill though. Pop this thing and it ought to be feeling right smart fairly soon. I don't know. Hope y'all's week's going good. Through Monday and Tuesday, that's something, right? Had our first full football slate this previous weekend. College football, first week of the NFL season. So much fun. Man, I forget how much I absolutely live for this time of year. I love the summer. I love getting away. I love going to the lake. I love packing up 90 beers in a cooler and just forgetting about everything else for a few days. But man, do I love nice weather and football. Wow. May or may not have placed some bets on Saturday. Lost all my coins in a wicked parlay. Nothing to bet on Sunday. Just enjoy some football. I'm in a fantasy league, so there's always that, but it's just been nice just to be able to sit down in front of the TV and watch some football. Man. And I've talked before about how much fantasy leagues and sports betting and all of that has changed the fanhood. Like, I used to be a big time Steelers fan. I'm still a huge Oklahoma State fan because that one's in my blood. We don't live near any NFL teams like Kansas City, Dallas. We're like right in between them. I was always a Steelers fan growing up, so I don't have any real loyalty toward an NFL team. And I think there's probably people who do, but they're like, I got a wide receiver on the other team, so like I hope the Steelers win, but I hope he goes off. Changes everything. Okay? There's no fantasy college football that I'm aware of, so stays pretty pure unless you're betting on the other side, which I never do. So maybe I should. I lost all my coins. Hopefully I have more coins next weekend. Cheers, guys and gals. Good to see ya. There's something about sitting down for a beer on a Tuesday night, and that's your whole objective. What are we going to talk about? I don't know. Let's have a beer and find out. I told you I'd keep you abreast of my progress. We're probably about right here. It goes pretty fast. So our neighbors have chickens. Middle of the city. My wife swears it's a goat. I think they probably also have a goat, but I know what I'm hearing right now is chickens. Maybe we should do a homemade chicken wings video. Maybe I'll buy a chicken from the neighbors. Ugh. Okay, so this is where it comes together. I hear chickens across the road, and I've got chicken wings waiting for me in the kitchen. So I'm like kind of between, not a rock and a hard place, but between a live chicken and a good chicken. Pardon my perspective. I just had to catch too many damn chickens in my life. I'm not a bird fan, you know. I could never have a pet bird. When my son like tries to pick up a bird feather, I'm like, okay, Because I think my mom, back in the day, she's like, birds carry lice. Birds carry some awful diseases. We don't need to be touching bird feathers. And I really wish I wasn't like that, you know. Our ancestors didn't give a shit. And it's like that old Funny Farm quote. And they lived to an average age of 38. I don't know. Not a bird fan. Not a big chicken fan, you know. But I do like chicken wings, which are getting cold as we speak. Remember this guy right here. My dad doesn't believe me, but I'm calling 10 wins at least. Played a couple good games so far. We have a no name next week. Gotta keep our heads up, gotta get through it. But then we go to Baylor. And I don't like being intimidated by Baylor. I spent my whole childhood just beating up on Baylor. And now that they're good, do I want to go to Waco? I mean, here's where I am. It'd be great to go down to Waco and beat them, but it'd really suck to start out the year 0-1 in the Big 12. Especially when we're as solid as I feel like we are. I mean, defense has holes all over the place, miscommunication, all of that stuff sometimes. We lost our defensive coordinator. What are you going to do? But it'd sure be fun to go down there and beat them. Barely beat them at home last year. And then, of course, lost to them in the Big 12 championship. I don't like being intimidated by folks, but dang. We're going to have to find some defense. This could easily become a college football show if I drank a little too much before starting the video. We're down here at the Pacifico line. It's got to be on the West Coast, the best coast, as some would say. I don't know. The East Coast is the Beast Coast. What happens when you put the best coast up against the Beast Coast? Unstoppable force, immovable object. Alright, cheers everybody. This has been your 24 ounce Tuesday and my 24 ounce Tuesday.
No, do it.
Do it. Cheers. That was fun. We'll see you back here on Saturday when we do our first all grain small batch beer. Good to see you all. Have a great week. Peace.
So I forgot that we had switched days.